you can make money however you want to make money, but like, let's not pretend like it's a skill or something that you learn through hard work, or that there's something that some sort of
It is
course that you
though.
have to take, but it's
Okay,
not,
hold on.
because
No, I'm
you're
gonna
born
tell
with
you.
inherent value, because all
Nope,
you have to
I
do,
don't agree with
because you
that
can literally
because
just take your clothes off and people will give you money for it.
no, but that's the thing. That's
Women have beautiful bodies and people want to be around them just because they want to be around them and they're willing to pay money for it.
No man gives a fuck about you dancing on a pole. They're trying to see you naked and they want you to feel up on them and dance on them. No man has been like, wow, that's really impressive. She can spin around a pole. Now here's $1,000.
This
When
is
I hear
all
solo
BS.
content,
This is just stuff to try to shame women to take away her source of income at the end of the day. Like
who's shaming anybody?
No, you are actually. The things that you're saying
What am I?
are
How am I
attempting
shaming?
to shame her.
He may or may not share this with you, but there's no way he doesn't have buddies that dog on him. Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to say anything about the guy or make any assumptions. I know that this, again, like, if it works, it works, I guess. Like, I'm not in the business to speculate on ulterior motives or what other people might think about this, that, and the other. Just, if you came on and you were single and you were like, oh, like, why isn't it working out? Like, maybe we could have a conversation, but whatever. If it works for you, then I guess it is what it is.
I guess the bottom line is there's a lot of trust. There has to be.
Yeah, like, trust doesn't really matter, does it? Because it's like, it's not about trust. It's about, like, I look at it as not a trust thing. I look at it as a respect thing. I look at it as a non-embarrass me thing, right? Because he may or may not share this with you, but there's no way he doesn't have buddies that dog on him for what you choose to do in your line of work, and the fact that you guys are long distance. I mean, that's
I've already dealt with that. I've been through that. Some of his friends,
right,
when I met him,
it is not weird. The fact that it's not weird to think that his friends or his family or people like that just go on the internet and subscribe and see you naked for however many dollars per month. Like, that's not something you reserve for just the guy that you're in a relationship with. And you're giving it, and you're doing it with strangers, even in person in like nightclubs. Is that not something that's worth protecting for just the guy that you're with?
It is. It absolutely is. And what I do is not, is not something that I want to do like long term. It's not something I'm going to do forever. But at the same
You don't have
time,
to
like
forever.
he's
You could stop tomorrow, and the internet lives forever. Like, you're not gonna be able to scrub that stuff forever. I mean, we had a woman that came on last week who is this big Christian influencer, and she, like, has all these followers, and she's all about marriage coaching. And then somebody sent me some messages after the show and was like, hey, this girl used to post ass pictures. Like, that stuff lives forever. Like, you can rebrand, but it's like that stuff will follow you. I mean, is that not something that you're concerned about?
not really.
Okay. I mean, I can't make you care.
I mean, there's 9 billion people on the earth, and honestly, no one's opinion ever put clothes on my back, food in my mouth, or a roof over my head. So quite frankly, even my own family, my own relatives who have
Yeah, but like, what
anything to
about
say
like
about anything I'm
kids?
doing.
I mean, like, because your kids are gonna have to grow up and they're gonna have to see that. Classmates are gonna find like digging up stuff from the internet and showing them. It's like, hey man, here's little Johnny's mom, like, going Kong on herself with a 9-inch whatever. Like, I mean, I don't know what you do.
Yeah, but I'm not even doing all that. I'm not even going to those lengths. I have an OnlyFans, but like I'm not doing all that.
This
When
is
I hear
all
solo
BS.
content,
This is just stuff to try to shame women to take away her source of income at the end of the day. Like,
who's shaming anybody?
No, you are actually. The things that you're
What
saying
am I?
are
How am I
attempting
shaming?
to shame her.
No, I'm asking
Yeah,
questions.
so
Like, where's the shame?
societally, I mean, men have more muscular bodies, and so they are construction workers, and we're not shaming someone for going out and doing construction. Well, women have beautiful bodies, and people want to be around them just because they want to be around them, and they're willing to pay money for it. So, like, why shame a woman for
Who's
utilizing
shaming?
her beautiful body to, give people what
Well,
they want?
I'll tell you what, I can shame promiscuity if you want me to, because I will, because I do think promiscuity is shameful. I don't think there's anything noble about, like, and I also, like, you can make money however you want to make money, but like, let's not pretend like it's a skill or something that you learn through hard work, or that there's something that some sort of
It is,
course that you
though.
have to take, but it's
Okay,
not,
hold on.
because
No, I'm
you're
gonna
born
tell
with
No.
you,
inherent value, because all
nope,
you have to
I
do,
don't agree with
because you
that
can literally
because
just take your clothes off and people will give you money for it.
no, it's
I
but
want to
that's
hear.
the thing. That's the misconception is that it's just stand there, be pretty, and guys throw money at you. It doesn't work
That's
like
what
that.
stripping is. Come
No,
on.
it's
No,
It's
it's
not.
not.
Come on,
No,
please.
it's absolutely not.
No, let her explain. I want to
Enlighten
hear
me
it.
then.
Okay.
I want to hear.
I'm curious about this.
Yeah,
What?
please
Being an
enlighten me.
entertainer, my job is to entertain. Yes, there are girls. I can't speak for every entertainer, but there are entertainers that just go and I call those the crumb catchers that go and they get pretty and they walk around and go, give me money, I'm pretty. I'm not one of those girls. I get on a pole and I'm LeBron James on the pole. Not everybody can climb a pole and put on a
Pole
show
dancing is
and
hard,
perform.
by the way.
I perform.
Erica, here's
It's
what you
Those
gotta
are like
understand.
acrobats. It's like
No
you have to
man,
be really strong to do that.
gives a fuck about you dancing on a pole. They're trying to see you naked and they want you to feel up on them and dance on them. No man has been like, wow, that's really impressive. She can spin around a pole. Now here's $1,000. That's not what they're doing.
great. And at the
They're
end of the
there
day,
to
guess what?
see you and stare at you and get a dance and potentially take you to the champagne room to see if they'll get a little action from you. That's why guys go to
But
strip
they
clubs.
don't.
If guys want to go to fucking see an acrobat, they'd go to the goddamn Ringling Brothers. They're not going to a strip club to see that shit. They'd
But
go to
it's the
Cirque du
thrill of the
Soleil.
case.
I
But
think I
that's the point.
see
You're
both
selling. Hold on.
perspectives.
No. That's what the thing is. You're selling your body. You're selling the image of a hot woman that guys want. You're not selling acrobat skills. You're
And it's
selling
a fantasy. And when they walk through
that.
those doors,
Okay,
they
and
know
that's
what it is.
fair.
So
They
why
don't
should I feel
though.
bad for taking their
They
money when they
don't
know
though
what it is
because
when they walk in the door?
they don't know what it is, and that's the
But they
point. It's
do.
no, they don't,
They
and that's the thing.
do.
They really don't, and it's the same guys that are getting scammed out of their money by OnlyFans girls
Scammed?
who think they're in a
Scammed?
relationship with them. They're getting scammed out of because they think they're in a relationship with them because the women are getting these agencies, or even the women that are learning to use chatbots, and they're saying, "Oh my god, like please send me money. I need stuff for my blah blah blah." Or like, "Oh, you're so sweet. We're in a relationship. You can call me your girlfriend. I'm in love with you. Now send me $1,000." Like
I'm crying. What?
these guys don't know that it's an illusion. They don't know that it's a transaction. Your average strip club goer is not a guy that's just like, yeah, I know what this is. They're trying to do this and get money from me. I get a little bit of, I get my touched over the pants a little bit. I have a good time. And then I go home. Most guys that are going to strip clubs is because they're lonely. They don't have success with women. And this is the only opportunity they have to get attention. So you're creating the fantasy, but the fantasy for them is very real. It's not this thing that it's the thing that actually exists for them. Most guys that go to strip clubs, they think that you are actually into them and giving them attention because you like them. Because most of
That
those
sounds like a
guys
personal problem.
don't get attention. But that's the point. What I'm saying is don't sit there and act like that's an equal exchange or these guys know, because they don't. And if you're like
But
what
they
I'm saying,
should.
because no, but they don't. And that's not, but that's the point. I look at OnlyFans, stripping, all of these types of take your clothes off for money services. It's no better than being a petty drug dealer. You're capitalizing on, I'm not saying you specifically, I'm just saying in general, because you are capitalizing on the animalistic impulses of the public to make money and to make a profit. Okay.
And you know what I
Let's
let them
just call
know?
a spade a spade.
There's a legal brothel an hour outside of Las Vegas in Pahrump. And I let them know if that's what you're looking for, you can go there and pay somebody $1,000, $2,000 and go have whatever sexual fantasy that you want. It's
Most
not going to
guys
be
are
with.
not going to spend $2,000 on that kind of stuff. They'll pay
Then again,
$20
that
for a
sounds like a
dance.
personal
Yeah,
problem.
but this is, again, I'm not saying it's your responsibility, but let's not try to church it up like it's this actual work or that it's this noble thing that we're doing. Like that's the only thing. Like it's not, and it's not something that's like it's not what they're going there for. It's taking your clothes off on camera takes no skill. It doesn't take any certs. I mean, not that I care about certifications or degrees, but it doesn't take skill. You're born with it inherently. You are born with natural
that
sex
is
appeal.
so
Yes, you are.
not true.
As a woman,
No,
you are
because if you don't
born
know
with
how to
sex
talk,
appeal and value.
if you don't know how to talk to a client and you don't know how to speak and actually hold a conversation and get the sale across, there's no point.
Yeah,
There's no
because
point. They're
guys,
not. They're going to be like,
guys
yeah,
are
you're
going on
lame.
porn sites. Guys are going on porn sites because they think they're going to have one-on-one conversations with the women that are getting fucked. It's not what's happening. They're going to see hot women take their clothes off. That's why guys go to OnlyFans.
It's the environment
That's why
that
they
sets
go to
the
strip
tone. I think that's
clubs.
what Moff is trying to say. Like if it's a strip club, it's setting the tone that there's gonna be sex work going on. I think that's that. And but then I understand your point of view because you're in the field itself, so you're trying to explain how your experience in the field. So it's just kind of like, you know.
The point
So I
is,
get it
it's not
on both
shaming.
sides.
I can give you actual, see, this is what I can give you actual reasons why men find promiscuity disgusting and are disgusted by it and why it is a visceral reaction. And not that anybody's going to listen to this on this panel, but this is okay because promiscuous women sleeping with multiple men, it all comes down to men want to know that the children they have with the woman they're with are theirs. The more promiscuous a woman is, the more higher her body count is, the more she sleeps around, or the more she even engages in promiscuous activity adjacent, the less likely that kid is going to be mine, right? That's why virginity is so coveted. It's not because it's this just arbitrary thing that was just like, oh, only virgins. It's because if I'm sleeping with a virgin, I know that if she's pregnant, that child is guaranteed to be mine, which means I get to pass on my genes, my DNA, my genetic legacy, and I get to actually raise kids that I sire. That's why a lot of men have aversions to single mothers and single moms because they are being a father of kids they didn't sire. They're raising kids that didn't come from them. And when women engage in this activity that looks and acts and is potentially based in reality, actually being promiscuous, it's disgusting to men. It's not a shaming thing. It's not men trying to keep women down and barefoot and pregnant in the kitchen. It's an absolutely biological reaction to us potentially giving all of our time, efforts, resources, attention, marriage, if that's your thing, to a woman who had kids with another man and then is making us raise them a lot of times unbeknownst to the man. That's why promiscuity, and that's why things like OnlyFans and prostitution and strip clubs and the simple act of women that are making a living by taking their clothes off, which takes no marketable skill whatsoever, that's why there's an aversion to it. Now, your relationship is your relationship, and that's all fine, well, and good. This guy seems to be okay with it for whatever reason. I don't know anybody in my circle that would, but that's okay. That's fine. I'm not dogging on your personal relationship. I'm just asking questions. But Catherine is coming to your rescue for some reason. But that's the explanation. If you ask why promiscuity is looked down upon by men, that's why.
But
And
yeah,
it's not
guys
because
can
it's
go
a
and bang 10
nonsensical,
girls and it's supposed to be okay by
because
society
it's
and they can
different.
do whatever they want to do, but
Great
then we
point.
go do what they do and we're
Great
whores.
point. Great point. You know why that is?
Because
You
it's
know
a
why
common
that
double
is?
standard of society that's total
Not a double
BS.
standard. Let me ask you this.
All right, guys, I really hope that you enjoyed that clip. If you want to check out the full-length podcast episode, you can find that right over here. Also, make sure you visit my website over here where you'll find my supplements, the opportunity to book me privately one-on-one for coaching, and most importantly, my new School of Unplugging, which you'll find on the courses tab. Newer to the channel, hit subscribe.